Well, you might think that I'm sitting here in my living room relaxing, but we're actually at the Writer's Block Bookstore and Cafe in Spenard, which has come to be known as Spenard's own living room. And they have decent coffee, so stick around, we're going to tell you all about it. Well, here we are at the Writer's Block Cafe, and I'm going to be talking to Vered about all the great things they have going here. One thing I will say is they've got one heck of a cup of coffee. So, Vered, tell me about this place. Now, it had rather inauspicious beginnings.
Back in 2012, 2013, when this was an idea, we had looked for a place to build the Writer's Block, and we stumbled upon Adults Only, and that was what this lot was. Adults Only was one of the last vestiges of Anchorage adult entertainment, I guess you could call it that, and it was a good lot.
So you bulldozed the old place and put all this in new, right?
We did. We tore it all the way down to the ground, and then through a lot of planning and hard work, worked with an architect just down the road, a gentleman by the name of Chris Cole, to figure out how to make the space work and get the right plans and drawing and engineering and all that kind of thing. And then in 2017, we broke ground, and we opened in January.
There's a lot more going on here than just a bookstore. I mean, you serve food, you've got coffees, exotic coffee drinks, and live entertainment on the weekends, I believe.
We do. One of our very first shows was Rachel Barton Pine, the world-famous violinist who played at the PAC. She came up in January and played our very first show here to a sold-out crowd.
Wow, that's cool.
And although she's not a local musician, she really set the bar high for what people would then expect in the future. And more recently, we had Emma Hill do her CD release here with a listening show. That was just last week on the 4th, and that was also sold out, and it was a fabulous night with phenomenal music. Stephen Bacon does our Sunday brunches. Every Sunday we do that where we have...
Stephen's so much fun.
And so that's something that he brings up new local musicians every week that changes up a little bit. It's we call it the Slow Grass Revival. And some of it's sing-along,
yeah,
you can come sing along to some of these old-timey music tunes. Music from noon to 2, and brunch is all, from 11 to 3 p.m.
That's great. Well, one of the fun things about Stephen is all the local musicians just love to jam with him. So I imagine you get some pretty lively music going here.
We do. We've had Kat from the Sugar Strings. We've had, just a whole wide variety. Like I said, from Emma Hill to Fiona. We've had just a number of really talented, lovely human beings take the stage that are all working really hard to support local community and community music. That's one of the foundations of this place, is to be deeply rooted and involved in the community directly by whatever means that is, whether it's through literature or through music or through art.
What's coming up here? What's in the future?
Well, so on Mother's Day, we have a Mother's Day brunch with live music, and we have a number of events coming up on the calendar. Our calendar is posted online, as well as in the shop. It's at www.writersblockak.com, and we invite people to check that out as well. We have Poetry Parlay that's coming up next week. We also have a number of literary events that are coming up that are all posted throughout the month. Basically, every week there is some kind of either literary, music, or art event.
Okay, so tell me about what is the Poetry Parlay? What happens?
So Poetry Parlay is sponsored by Cirque Literary Journal. They're a local journal. They have a marquee poet who is somebody that we would likely know, say, for example, Gabriela Garcia Marquez. And then they have a local poet, and they do a reading that is inspired by that famous author, famous poet. And people can come and read and listen and learn, and it's really fun. They're a really fun group of people to be around.
Wow. Well, I'm impressed. I mean, as I said, this is a darn good cup of coffee. So I will...
Locally roasted.
It
is.
Locally roasted?
It is locally roasted. All our coffee is made by Uncle Leroy's Coffee here in town.
Oh, I know them, yeah.
Yeah, Austin Schwartz, terrific company that's growing, small local business, and our coffee is a Cuban style roast that he has custom blended just for us, which we are in love with. He does really good work.
Sí, cubanos solamente. So this is really exciting. I'm glad you guys are doing well. I have such high hopes for you. So now tell people how they can get in touch, where to go, the website and everything.
So the website is writersblockak.com. They can also call us at 929-BOOK, that's 929-2665, or they can email us at info@writersblockak.com.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I can't say enough about this place. I really like it. A couple of the owners are old friends of mine, so I do recommend that you get down here, spend some time, have a delicious sandwich or a soup, a great cup of coffee, and maybe come in and listen to some music. And I think that about wraps it up for this week's Your Entertainment Link. As always, I'm Ron Holmstrom, and I'll see you around at all the fun stuff.